Hello, everybody. Welcome to Big Bang Cinema. My name is Isaac, the Brian Bill Tyler Shirt Anderson.
I am Tyler. That shirt is blinding me keen.
And this is a movie show where we talk about movie news.
Movie reviews.
And every single thing in between. Tyler, how you doing?
Fantastic.
I like it.
I can only sing the praise of vitamin D3.
What?
It feels
What's that even
great.
mean?
You'll understand when you start taking vitamin D3.
Well, everybody knows Tyler is a family man. Judging by his shirt, he owns many animals.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I don't know if the 4K camera can pick it up, but there's a good amount of hair on your shirt. But you just love your dog. Your dogs do shed.
I do. I have a unicorn outfit for my Chihuahua.
Yes, you do. And he told me this last week that he was going to go grab a unicorn outfit for his dog. He just said it in passing. Turns out it was right. We don't have a photo of it right now, but it's true. Yeah. But anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. We really do appreciate it. We love every single one of you, except for you. You we don't know about. But speaking about knowing that if we love it or not, Disney just released new footage from Star Wars. Oh. And guess what? It
is the most depressing thing since my love life.
That is...
Yeah.
You stole one of mine.
I stole Isaac.
He stole a joke of mine.
I stole it.
We're both sad people.
It is true. We find Solomon our sadness.
Well, again, this falls right into sadness because they released some footage. I think we have some footage that we're going to show right behind the screen in just a second. But the footage mostly just like spliced between all the old movies. And hey, they acknowledge the prequels happened. Can you believe that?
I cannot believe that.
They finally become comfortable with it. Can you believe that?
Well, honestly, from the last film, I'm more comfortable with the prequels.
Really? I don't agree with that.
I'm absolutely. I would take the third prequel film over the last film any day.
Well, just like Disney for making other Star Wars movies, you're wrong.
I am not wrong about this.
Yeah.
Everything in there what was with the last film was garbage, and okay. I mean garbage. Prequels were trash. This was garbage.
Okay, well, either way, they're not something that anybody really wants. So The Rise of Skywalker, we haven't seen too much about it. See, there's prequel stuff. See, Qui-Gon did exist. But they're trying really hard to tie in things from the past, like everything's coming to an end. But you know it's never going to end.
It's not.
It's never going to end. They're going to have another trilogy. They're going to do all this other stuff. It's never going to end.
They're going to have a crossover eventually.
And I gotta say, I'm not excited about it. I don't know what it is. I just when this thing came out, I didn't care.
I sure didn't either. I did find some. I did find interesting in the trailer.
What was that?
The part where Rey is fighting on top of the little boat thing.
Okay.
And if you zoom in on the puddle, they don't have capes on. They added them digitally, but they forgot to add in the reflection from the puddle. So I thought that
you mean CGI was rushed out in the trailer before like anything was really checked?
Actually, no. I'm just saying like.
I think that scene's coming up right here.
Yeah, watch it. Right there. Right there, the puddle. Right there. He has no cape. He has no cape.
You are very right. You're very right. You're right.
I like CGI cape.
Yeah.
I like you just couldn't go by cloth.
That's the least problem.
My grandmother has cloth.
Yeah, I know they couldn't be bothered to build a real cape for him. But yeah, the trailer in and of itself, it's not really a trailer, it's more just like footage, has some voiceover from Palpatine. Also, Palpy himself is crappily silhouetted out in this poster.
Are you sure that's not Thanos?
I don't know who it is, because it looks like a cartoon. If you guys look at that poster, like look at it closely, like I think it's supposed to, like, is it Luke, is it Palpatine? It looks like garbage.
I like the part where he says, "I am inevitable." That was pretty neat.
Yeah, and he goes, "And I am going bankrupt," is what they say after that, Disney does. But yeah, the footage came out. We'll most likely get a full-length trailer pretty soon again. And the movie's coming up. It's in December. And it's coming up. And also Disney Plus. Disney basically rules the world at this point. And I couldn't care less about any of these Disney Plus things were going on. We're going to talk about something else Disney Plus related at the very end. But just keeping on the Star Wars train, we're a movie show, but I think we should acknowledge some of the streaming stuff they have, like The Mandalorian. That we talked about that a little earlier. Just real quick, we don't want to spend too much time on it. Are you excited about that or not?
Pedro Pascal, I'm excited. I'll watch it.
I beg to differ. I disagree. The second I saw somebody in Carbonite, I immediately was not interested.
See, as soon as I saw the credits said Pedro Pascal, I'm gonna watch that.
Well, I mean, who cares if it's good actors? I mean, also, who else is in there? Werner Herzog.
Werner Herzog is there.
Well, I mean, I just don't care. And also, I did hear they were going to put it out weekly, which is pretty interesting. The cinematography looks cool. The concept is cool, I guess. A lot of people want to see that kind of thing.
It's a Western, but Star Wars.
It's going to be everything that we know and recognize from these movies. And also, just real quick, Carbonite was not meant to be like a keeping mechanism for bounty hunters. It was literally just meant to be, something that they threw together in Cloud City. It was like something they used to freeze vegetables.
Well, Play-Doh was used to clean wallpaper. I mean, as soon as you use it for something else, it's even better. Might as well use it, if that's a
What
better
are you
use.
talking about?
I mean, it sold Han Solo. They're like, that's a good idea. I can just lock them in carbonite and take them anywhere I want to go.
Or Disney just saw that and it's like, people are going to know what that is. And so we have to, that's what the bounty hunters do now. That's like the standard.
Yeah, I mean.
It's like in their bylaws, they have to freeze them in carbonite and put them up.
Yeah, I mean, with the Empire, it's like, we got to have them in carbonite if you want to do anything with them.
Just stupid.
They're easier to control. And another thing I noticed about this whole film, it's a Western in space.
Just like the original Star Wars.
Or Firefly. But
yes. Anyway.
I'll watch it.
Okay. Yeah, and I will most likely just read a synopsis and watch some clips online. But speaking about excitement or not excitement, Netflix, which you may or may not be leaving the subscription service lately. Tyler never had it. He just watches them on Korean websites.
Yes,
but
I do.
For the people that pay for it, like big boys, are probably going to get a movie called El Camino. And El Camino is not a Spanish movie that Tyler thought it was.
I thought it was The Road. I watched The Road's trailer from Spain.
So this movie is a Breaking Bad spinoff, and this is the face of, I believe, his name is Skinny Pete. He's from the show Breaking Bad, and he's being interrogated in this trailer. And it's just basically one scene of him saying, "I'm not going to tell you where Jesse Pinkman went."
Yeah, because they're like, "Where's Aaron Paul?" Because we haven't seen him since Need for Speed. Where'd happened to him? Where'd he go?
Where has he been? He's been in some TV show lately, hasn't he?
BoJack Horseman.
He was in BoJack Horseman. He was in the Amazon series. I forgot what the name of it was.
Final Fantasy too. He was in Final Fantasy.
He was?
Yeah, he did the voice for some of the characters.
And he's also going to be in the new season of Westworld. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's probably where he's been for 3 years filming that season.
Yeah, and it's not even going to be ready until next year, which I'm very excited about, by the way. But this trailer got me intrigued because I looked into it. First off, spin-off movies almost never really work too well. Occasionally they do. But Breaking Bad is such a great series. Well, that's one of my favorite series of all time. It's essentially one 50-hour-long movie. And it's extremely riveting. It's great performances, great direction, great writing, everything about it. And spoiler alert, if you haven't watched a series that ended 5 years ago, Walter White, the main character, is dead. So and also Aaron Paul's character, Jesse, who was basically kept up in this pen for the last season of the show, is now free. And he's gone off to who knows where. It's probably going to be following him because he drives off in El Camino.
Dude, what if the El Camino, White had secretly created a type of meth that'll raise the dead, and Jesse Pinkman was getting the final ingredient to bring Walter White back.
Yeah, and that's how The Walking Dead starts.
And you find Giancarlo Esposito, and his little pieces just come back together, and
he still had half his face burnt off.
Yeah, it's still gone. It happened before he died, but
I'm excited about this mostly because I heard the creator of Breaking Bad wrote and directed this. And if you don't know, it's Vince Gilligan, and he was in charge of doing a lot of things for the X-Files back when that was on there. He was the creator of Breaking Bad, and he's done a lot of awesome things. He's did Better Call Saul, and he's produces that show too, and I think he directs a lot of those episodes. But he's an amazing writer and director. I'm very excited to see where they're going to go with this. I'm excited to see Aaron Paul in something finally.
Space.
I don't know. Remember not Back to the Future, Need for Speed. Yeah, because those movies are similar. I think he regrets doing that movie quite a lot. But yeah, also fun fact, our good buddy Ryan Johnson, and by buddy, I mean not buddy at all. We've never met the guy. He directed some of the best episodes of Breaking Bad.
I did not know that.
Ozzy Mendez, he directed Ozzy Mendez, I think.
It wasn't even enough for his father to I guess, re-own him, I guess.
Yeah, you know the episode where Hank dies? He directed that episode. And he directed a lot. He directed The Fly, which is everybody's favorite episode. Remember The Fly?
I don't remember the episode names. I just remember what
Remember
happened.
when Walter White's chasing down a fly?
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's the one that doesn't have anything. It's like the one episode of the series that doesn't have anything to do with anything. But at the end of the day, very excited. But speaking about excitement, The Irishman, which is a movie by Mr. Martin Scorsese, who is at least 98 years old by this point, this movie is going to be 3.5 hours long. Speaking about Netflix movies.
Whoa, 3.5 hours long?
It'll be 3.5 hours long.
You tell me it's going to be like half as long as The Dune.
It's almost as long as Hobbs and Shaw was, which that movie was almost as long as Schindler's List.
Schindler's List was almost as long as Hereditary, right?
Yeah, well, Hereditary is one of those movies that feels like it's 8 hours long, but it's a good way. See,
it's not.
there he is, showing us on his fingers how long his next movie is going to be in hours. So, what do you think about this? We talked about a little bit about The Irishman on past shows and everything, and we kind of know loosely about it. You know, it's Martin Scorsese. It's going to be a crime movie with Robert De Niro.
It's going to be Irish people in it.
Yeah, really? Didn't even know that. What do you think about the length of the movie? Like,
what if he fell asleep in front of the camera and they just decided to improvise? So it's like 3 hours of them improvising. I'd watch that.
That's called Sacha Baron Cohen films and Judd Apatow films.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but I'm kind of excited about this movie. At the same time, I just doesn't really interest me. Granted, Martin Scorsese knows how to make a movie. This man makes a 3-hour movie.
Can I watch a movie for 3.5 hours? That's the biggest question.
Is it going to have an intermission? Is the thing. Well, this is a Netflix movie. This is not a wide-release theatrical movie, and a lot of theater chains are refusing to play it for its length and the fact that it's not a real movie. It's a Netflix movie. And we talked a little bit about the streaming battles lately. There's a lot more streaming services out there.
It's like 80s all over again, except instead of like sodas, this is the streaming services.
Yeah, and technically those were streaming services too. Haha, joke. Yeah. But as far as this movie goes, I know there's a few theater chains that are going to show it. Alamo Drafthouse is going to be showing it a little bit. I think AMC is going to be refused to show it, or they're going to show it, or something. Alamo Drafthouse is showing it, which is all I care about. It should still, like, this is quite a big movie. I mean, Netflix is known for kind of like cheaping out on a lot of things, but this is Martin Scorsese. It's kind of like when Sony got Tarantino, they didn't tell him what to do. It's like, just do whatever you want. We're going to make money. Because now he has digitally replaced his face and stuff.
Is Netflix making money? That's the question. It's like they keep burning all this money. I don't know where it's coming from.
But once they get another season of Stranger Things under the belt, they'll raise their prices to like $48 a month.
Because like after like 7 days, they pretty much everybody drops their subscriptions again.
Yeah, because after Stranger Things.
After Stranger Things, they lose it and it comes right back. Yeah. Like HBO. HBO lost all their subscriptions after I think before the last episode of
Game of Thrones.
Yep.
Well, we'll see how this one goes. I'm curious to see how it's going to be. I'm curious to see what theaters are going to show it and for how long, because it's going to be like Roma. Roma was like 3 hours long, and Roma was a fantastic movie.
Oh my gosh, no, it wasn't. Oh Lord,
Tyler didn't like Roma. I loved Roma.
It was too much Spanish in it. I only got every third or fourth word they said.
You could have read the titles, subtitles.
There was no subtitles on it because I bootlegged.
Well, I mean, granted, you don't read
bootlegged it from Argentina. I had to do subtitles.
He like put the game on expert mode. He watched a Spanish movie, and with Korean subtitles, and he doesn't speak Korean. Anyway, we got to keep moving on. We got to move on from this. Okay, speaking about moving on, Lady and the Tramp has a live-action reboot trailer that came out today. And get this, they used real dogs and occasionally a crappy-looking CGI version.
I don't want to see this movie. I'm not going to lie. I really do not care.
Okay, why don't you care, Tyler?
I'm not a big fan of like the Disney talking animals.
Okay, well,
this is a raccoon.
Why are you excited about a raccoon?
Raccoon. Man.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Bro, keep up with me here.
I was thinking about Pocahontas, the raccoon, in that. No. But these are the two dogs. This is Lady and the Tramp. I don't know what their names are in the show, in the movie. I haven't watched the movie in years. But they cast real dogs, which apparently our executive producer Andrew Small didn't like the main dog that plays the Tramp because apparently he's a dog racist, and apparently he hates his dog. And he hates homeless dogs.
He's a dog racist?
I really respected Andrew up until this point when he told me
he's racist, he's classist against dogs.
He's classist. He's caninist. He really doesn't like these canine. Yeah, this little boy right here. You see that face? You see how much it loves it?
Yeah.
Yep. Andrew has just bad feelings about this dog. I don't get it.
What was that,
he's a rescue dog. He's a shelter dog. And Andrew is
dogs?
like, he's not pure breed. He must be pure breed for me. I like the pure breeds.
Like dogs.
Where are your papers? You have no papers because you are a shelter dog. He said it just like that. I couldn't believe him. Yeah. And also, one of the people that work in the studio, Miss Angela Bennett, said this is her favorite movie, but she's not excited about this whatsoever. So, some different perspectives.
Lady and Tramp was somebody's favorite movie.
Yeah. It's Miss Angela Bennett's.
Wow.
A student of broadcast production technology and a producer here.
I thought Lady and Tramp was just one of those movies that came on like at 2 in the afternoon on a Sunday. You just had to watch it because nothing else is on TV.
Well, the cast now, I mean, it's got a good amount of people in here. Justin, how do you pronounce his name? Trudeau?
Thoreau.
Thoreau? Okay, well, he's throwing it out there to try to play a dog. And Tessa Thompson's playing Lady. Sam Elliott's playing that guy, and Janelle Monáe's playing that doggy.
It's crazy that the dog didn't have a little pompadour.
I don't remember their names. I didn't write them down. But one thing I did find interesting is that, like, that this is going straight to Disney Plus. This isn't going to have a theatrical release. Yeah. So they're starting to put the live action stuff. They're really trying to pull all their stops to try to get people to get on this Disney Plus train.
The last few live action ones I saw weren't good.
Also, Benedict Wong is going to be in this movie.
Oh, snap. Okay, I might check it out now. Benedict Wong's a respectable actor.
Yes. And also the director of this movie, his name's Charlie Bean. Do you know who Charlie Bean is?
Should I?
Probably not. He directed the Lego Ninjago movie.
Oh,
and he also he was one of the writers in the Powerpuff Girls movie back in 2002.
Oh wow, one old film and another failure.
He's also been he's an actor in a few other things, but he directed this film. Basically, I think they just got a director for hire for this. I don't think they're trying to get anybody to imprint their stuff. They basically just needed somebody to direct.
You remember how good those movies were?
The Powerpuff Girls and Ninjago movie?
Yes.
I never saw the Ninjago movie. I don't think I ever saw the Powerpuff Girls movie either.
I saw the Ninjago movie, and it was such a disappointment.
Well, besides, why was it a disappointment?
It was like not interesting or exciting or funny. It was like.
Well, I mean, the girls say that about me, but I don't believe them.
Yeah, it's probably true.
Anyway. Besides executive producer Andrew Small's prejudice against shelter animals, I think we can all accept the fact that this is probably going to be forgotten about in 2 weeks.
Did we just talk about Netflix the entire time?
We talked about streaming stuff.
We talked about Netflix.
The only big one is
things the entire time.
The only big thing is Rise of Skywalker.
We only talked about one theatrical film coming out.
They're all legitimate films, though. They're just like Neil Breen films, legitimate feature films.
And it's like all these things. I would rather have a tapeworm than have to watch this. All these films.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean...
I want a pet tapeworm. I'll get a pet tapeworm before I go watch Skywalker.
I'm excited about the El Camino trailer. But guys, let us know what you're excited about. You can leave us a comment at facebook.com/studio67ntc. Or if you're on YouTube, NashCom College on YouTube. Or if you're on Instagram, how are you watching this show live? That's crazy.
But the best part about Breaking Bad is how it ended. Just let it end there, man. It was great. Incredible end, strong, powerful, brave ending. If
there's anything, most of the titles that we talked about today, we cannot leave good enough alone. If it's recognizable, we dig it up, okay? So, we'll be right back after this break. Bye.
Camino is a leadership organization
that focuses on mentoring young men
to achieve leadership
and success.
We help.
We learn.
We work.
We lead.
When it comes to culinary arts, Nash Community College is here to turn your burning passion for food into a career. Our chefs, with over 70 years of highly qualified industry experience, are here to point you in the right direction, teaching and handing down classical culinary techniques that will improve your skills and help you cut your way into the food industry. Gain invaluable experience, vital to cooking and preparing delicious food, served in a personal and creative environment. To learn more about the Culinary Arts program, visit nashcc.edu.
Spicy. Guys, welcome back to Big Bang Cinema. I'm Isaac Anderson.
I am Tyler.
And this week, we saw a film. What film? What does that mean? What movie are we talking now? Am I going to use vowel word? Who knows? Anyway, we saw a movie called Ready or Not.
I saw that.
Yeah, so Tyler, what is Ready or Not about?
About murder and a nonsensical plot.
Not Lady and the Tramp. Ready or Not.
This was about a how to put it in words without sounding stupid. About
a deadly game of hide and seek.
It's what happens when you write a movie plot in less than 3 hours.
No, that's not the Rise of Skywalker. It's Ready or Not.
I'm telling you, this is what happens. When you drink coffee, you drink a whole bunch of espresso, and you stay up, and you're like, I got a great idea, and you write down your little notebook, and you decide to make a movie out of it.
Okay. I don't agree.
Absolutely agree. I think 100% this movie was not thought out too well.
Okay, well, this movie is about a man and a woman getting married, and she's marrying into a very rich family that's like a bunch of game makers, and at midnight it is customary that the person that joins the family has to play a game, and the game happens to be hide and seek. And what she doesn't know, that they all have to kill her during this game of hide and seek, and they find her, and they have to kill her before dawn, otherwise something bad might happen to the family.
And they've been doing it for generations, and I kind of thought about how are they extending the family if there's like they have to kill everybody they bring home?
Well, I mean, you can play another game.
Well, no, you can't because
Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Tyler, what'd you think about the movie?
It didn't make any sense, but some of the humor was good. A lot of tonal shifts in there, like abrupt tonal shifts. I thought the acting was pretty good. I thought the gore was pretty awesome.
Okay.
And it reminded me a lot of You're Next.
Okay. Well, I enjoyed this movie to a certain extent. I thought it was inconsistent as heck. I thought it was a fun premise, but overly convoluted. And we'll talk a little bit about that in just a minute. So when you say like it feels like somebody like stayed up all night and like on a bender of coffee wrote this. What do you mean?
Well, a lot of the elements of this were not thought out. Plot points were kind of missed. Like I said, how are they extending the family? If the whole thing is when they get married, they have to take the spouse to the mansion, and they said they're going to play a game, pick some out of the box, but the box only has full of cards that says hide and seek. They have to find them, kill them, and sacrifice them to the devil to keep their fortune and wealth and their life. I mean, but how do they extend? How do they keep the family? How do they extend? Because it shows them as children. How do they extend the family if they have to kill all the spouses? How do you do? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, I think somebody had the premise idea of what if they had like a game where they played hide and seek, but you have to kill the person in hide and seek, or like X thing will happen. I mean, it's an interesting premise nonetheless. But then they add all this stuff on top of it, like oh, it's a pact with the devil, and if you get hide and seek, it could be any other game because they say earlier in the movie, like I got Old Maid, I got checkers.
Yeah, but they were lying because the only thing was in the box. They told her.
But they couldn't have been lying because they're there.
Well, they because they said the only thing that's in the box is always going to be hide and seek. They lied. That's what he told her. Only hide and seek is in the box.
It's like only hide and seek is the one, like you can pick any other game, but if you get hide and seek, they have to kill you.
No, they said only all the cards in the box say hide and seek.
I think we're remembering this. We have different memories of this. Your Korean subtitles might have lied to you. So I don't know. I didn't have that in my notes when I was watching the movie. But either way, like, do you need all that convolutedness? Like, you know, it's like, just say we have to play hide and seek at midnight. Why do you have to pick the game, you know? Why is that? If you're going to do that element, I don't know.
Because the box, you pick the box and all the cards say the exact same thing.
Well, because the guy, like, in the movie, if you watch, like, there's a scene, this is slight spoilers for Ready or Not, even though this happens near the beginning of the movie. He's kind of hopeful. He's like, it could be any game. It could be any game. It could be checkers, it can be this, it can be that, and whatever it is, you have to, and he's like hopeful. And he says, like, when they go through a scene, because I was kind of wondering the same thing, he goes, yeah, it's like, you pick the one bad card that we had, and that's hide and seek. And it's like, it has all these different options and everything.
But they come out and said the box always only has...
But that can't be true. Like, we've talked about this enough.
Okay.
And then, by the way, the bride looks like she's looking right at you, and it's crazy about how crazy you are that you remember this. Well, I'll research this afterwards. Yeah, look at her. She can't believe you.
She's stunned. You mean the box only had hide and seek in it?
Which is not true. Like, that can't be true. Otherwise, the rest of the movie doesn't make any sense. Anyway, the movie in and of itself, as it plays out, it's fun. The beginning of the movie is kind of like semi-playful. The opening scene's very dark. Not only lit dark, but it's also very dark. It revolves around the young boy. He finds like one of the people's spouses, and he's like gets shot in the chest, and they sacrifice him. And these two people directed this movie, and their names are Matthew Benelli Open, I think is how you pronounce his name, and Tyler Gillett. They haven't really directed a whole lot of movies, probably like some smaller things. They directed this, and like this is kind of part black comedy and part horror movie. And the biggest thing for me was just like the shift in between tones, because our producer Amanda was watching the trailer and was like, why are they switching between like wacky things, like, and why are they terrified that they're killing all these people on accident? Like, they kill a bunch of maids in the trailer on accident, and now they're really terrified that they kill these maids, but they're setting out to kill somebody, and yet they're surprised that they're killing people.
Doesn't make any sense. I told you someone wrote it in 3 hours, stayed up one night with a lot of espresso and wrote it.
I mean, I like the main actress, her performance and everything. The inconsistency, because some scenes are like really serious, and other scenes are like, "Ooh, no, look wacky! We shot that person in the face. Let me throw him in the goat pit," you know. And that's a scene. Now it looks like, oh yeah, we're walking through the hallway. And I think we should go ahead and talk about the end of the movie because we have to end the review in just a second. So spoilers for Ready or Not, in case you don't want to know anything about Ready or Not. Here we come. So at the end of the movie, they do catch her. The husband kind of pulls a little double cross. His mother convinces him that he is part of the family and he needs to go along with the family. And it's like, oh, she's in here. And they have to sacrifice her. They don't get to sacrifice her. She moves a little bit. And it becomes dawn and nothing happens. And they say something bad's going to happen to him at dawn. And then I was like, well, sorry. And then somebody tries to go kill her. And it's like, oh, we might as well just go ahead and kill her now because she knows too much. And then she explodes. And then they all explode at the end. So that was kind of fun. That scene was probably one of the most fun, but it was just so different from the rest of the movie because it was just so muddled the rest of the way through. But what did you think about the ending, Tyler?
I didn't understand the double cross part of it because the whole time he's trying to save her and then he ends up betraying her. Like, why didn't you just like go with it in the first place? And
yeah, well, that scene with his mother kind of felt like a reshoot almost. Like, you know,
it didn't make like I said, did not make a lot of stuff.
Well, he saw his brother dead and saw his mother dead, and you know his brother was really close to him. His brother was a good guy, and he thought that she killed him. But I don't know. I think we should go ahead and score this movie. I'm going to give this movie a 6.5 out of 10. I liked the idea. It was good. It wasn't great. And also $6 million budget. And they did all that in $6 million budget. Good
6
for them.
out of 10 for me.
Heard that. So 6.5, 6 out of 10. Guys, let us know what you thought about the movie. You can leave us a comment at facebook.com/studio67ncc. Love to hear what you guys have to say. Are you a dog prejudice man like Mr. Andrew Small? Do you love Ready or Not? Did you hate Ready or Not? Let us know. We really do appreciate it. But
Do you
guys,
believe in dog purity?
yeah, dog purity.
Yeah.
Oh man, well that's going to be a whole running thing. Guys, get it running because dogs run. I mean, anything runs really. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Next week, there's a movie called The Peanut Butter Falcon coming up. I don't know that we're going to review that or not, but we might review it. Yeah, and you heard that right. It's called The Peanut Butter Falcon.
I watched that one with Shia LaBeouf in it.
Yeah, it's got Shia LaBeouf in it.
And he's trying to help a Down syndrome future wrestler.
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
But we'll find out. Is that playing in Rocky Mount?
No, but it's playing in Korea.
Okay. Well, that means he's going to watch it. Guys, thank you so much. I'm Isaac the Brian Boltano, Shirt Anderson.
I am Tyler.
Stay lovely. Have a good weekend.